Okay. Don't you dare. Don't you.
I'm not.
Come on.
I just got this random list of things that if they happen
Who
to
are you?
you, oh, I'm Crystal Green. Who are you?
Hi. I'm Marvin.
Marvin, what? Don't act like you're not my husband, because you are my husband.
No.
Yes, you are. He
No.
is. We
No.
got kids
No.
together too.
No.
Anyway,
We were staged and put here because they said we had like a chemistry. So
who
they
said we
thought
got it? No, they
so they
didn't.
put us together. We're not together.
We've been together for a long time. Anyway, so we got a whole list of things that if they happen to you, how would you make it out of it? How would you recover? Number one on the list, getting punched by a monkey.
You want me to answer? How would I make it out of getting?
If you
You
got
cannot get out of getting punched by a monkey.
monkeys are so intense. It seems like if a monkey punches you, it's over. I'm just gonna collapse. If a monkey punches me, how do I get out of that? You can't punch back. Your cheek's still gonna be in recovery.
I've seen several different monkeys in the wild.
Okay, that's
And
adventurous.
it's not interesting.
I said you're adventurous.
Oh, adventurous. Oh, okay. I've seen several different monkeys in the wild.
Mm-hmm.
And out of chimpanzees and howling monkeys and baboons.
A baboon punch you?
if we're not even having if a baboon punches you, it's over.
Rest in peace, baby.
And they don't make noises like other monkeys. They grunt. And they're very strong.
Grunt like what? What they sound like when they grunt?
Remember when they were telling the pack to go, and it was like, and then everybody just got in line and went.
Yeah, it's basically that sound you make like when you mad, but you can't really say nothing, like that.
I don't do that. But moving on.
I do that sometimes. I get mad. Number 2 on the list. First of all, I want to hear from people. If you got punched by a monkey, how would you recover? Number 2 on the list, falling and knocking out my 2 front teeth.
What about that?
This hair on your eye. If I fell and knocked out my 2 front teeth, my strongest, see? If I fell and knocked them out, these permanent teeth, I'm not buying the veneers. I'm not buying those because they're not even going to be no match for the rest of my mouth.
I'm kind of offended by this question, and I take a defensive tone because I've knocked out my 2 front teeth on several occasions.
No, not together.
Yes, at the same time. Yes.
I thought she was ugly. I thought she was ugly. Wait a minute. How old were you?
The first time I knocked them out, I was about maybe 6. I remember jumping up and down on my mom's bed. This lady from my church was babysitting me, and I wasn't supposed to be jumping on the bed, but we were cool. So she kind of like let me do whatever I wanted to do at the house. And I was jumping up and down on my mom's bed. She had a mirror and one of those little drawers, you know, them old wooden beds with the glass mirror at the top and the little drawers. And I jumped, and I remember I tried to do a flip, and I remember not making it. And I landed like on my teeth like that.
Show me how you. Wait, I'm sorry that happened to you.
You didn't know this story?
I didn't know this story. No, I wish I still didn't. Listen, imagine as a grown-up, you still had an opportunity to develop.
I literally have a broken tooth right now.
Don't do nothing. Don't you.
Right now.
Stomach growling.
It's fine.
Listen, I'm sorry that you went through that.
It's fine. I broke them 3 times.
Okay, you're going too far.
And one time,
hey.
There's some pictures. It's not that funny. There's some pictures of me like when I was younger with the teeth out.
Okay, let's talk about being an adult. Because if I fall, first of all, I'm already embarrassed if I have fallen. And if I fall and I couldn't even break it and my teeth went to the ground, You know how ugly I
I always
am?
wonder.
Do you know how unattractive I become on impact?
I do. Like,
There's no chance for me.
I always wonder those people when they trip on something, the ones that never put their hands out. So it's like you're just going forward with your hands on your side, like you're like a dolphin, and then just hit your face on the ground. Okay.
Let us know. Let us know if you fell and your 2 front teeth. This is adults only, not children, because children can still develop. Sometimes they don't develop that much, but adults, we're pretty set. Right? Mm-hmm. Usually you don't have new teeth come in when you're a grown up. Let's go to number 3. I'm gonna let you explain this, because you said this one and it's kind of long.
So imagine walking down the street and you hear a question from behind you and you're answering it, but you haven't looked back yet, and then all of a sudden you look back and nobody is there. Who are you talking to?
One of 2 things has just happened.
What happened out there?
You went crazy for a minute. And the whole time you were talking to yourself and hearing things. So that's the problem number 1. Mm-hmm. Or maybe it was a ghost.
I was walking down the street. Okay.
Go on.
I was walking down the street.
Where was you at?
I literally walked out of our place and I was walking down the street.
Oh, this is recent.
Yeah, this just happened. But it was dark outside.
A modern memory.
So okay. I passed one of those trees at the corner and I heard somebody say, "Where you going?" And I was like, "I'm just walking over to the parking lot. I'm on the phone."
You answered before looking?
And then I just kind of kept walking, because there's always people on our street walking.
We have a
walking community.
Somebody asked you where you were going and you didn't see them and you just responded?
Yeah, because it's our community. Like we've been around. So
this was recently?
It was just like last week sometime. And when I got to the parking lot, I turned and I was like, I don't remember seeing anybody when I answered that question. And I was like, okay.
If I was walking down the street and somebody said, just somebody I didn't see said, "Crystal, how do you get to Rite Aid?" And I turn around and nobody's there. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm out.
Where you gonna go?
I'm running. Because where else can I go?
You might.
I'm not sticking around for no ghosts.
Okay, let's move on.
Let us know what will happen to you if you find yourself in this situation.
Answering questions from somebody that you didn't see.
What if a stranger saw you talking?
I'm sure somebody saw me. And it was probably like,
I got to deal with the consequences. Now they're going to look at me sideways when I walk outside.
They're probably
while
like,
your man out there talking to himself. Her man crazy.
Subjective. Because it depends on where you are. Some people are a little touched.
Remember Touched by an Angel? We started watching
it
again.
No, I don't remember watching Touched. Come on.
Okay. Falling down an escalator.
You keep laughing at this stuff, but I have these experiences.
Why? Why are these your experiences? You just in Macy's.
No, I was in the airport.
That's worse.
You
got millions of people there.
In Atlanta.
Oh, gosh.
I was going, when you go to the far part of the airport where they do the international flights.
I love Atlanta Airport.
And so the one escalator that goes, like, it's going straight up that.
There'll be a bunch of people on there with you, too.
Yeah, so I was walking up.
Hey.
Nobody was there. I was rushing to the flight.
Okay.
It was probably 2 people. Somebody was coming down and I was going up. I fell up the escalator.
Oh, God.
Because, I put my bag down and I reached to get it and I missed it. And I fell forward on the steps. I never fell down. I tripped on the way down. I got my foot caught in that part where they say you'll die and get sucked in. I did that before, too.
They said don't put your hands on the
black part. My foot got stuck right there and I fell and threw my suitcase out on the floor. And when I did that, I stood up and I was like, nah. No, you're not at the airport acting like this. This is absolutely embarrassing.
All people looking at you.
Somebody looked at me like, "Are you okay?" I hate that more than I hate the "Are you okay?"
Do I
is
look
worse.
okay?
Do you see what I just did? I fell down the
The
escalator.
damage is internal.
Yeah, they don't know, but the embarrassment that comes when somebody look and say, "Are you okay?" That's the part that sucks.
Okay. All right. So let us know if you fell down an escalator or up an escalator. How might you recover? Okay. The next one is I'm gonna let you do that one.
Missing a standby flight.
Yeah, like a buddy pass situation.
No, the AirTran a long time ago.
I don't know if y'all might be.
Most people in our age group wouldn't know AirTran.
I got fired from AirTran. They fired me.
You didn't even have a job that was fireable. You was in.
I worked in a call center and they fired me
because you couldn't upsell.
I didn't want to sell.
You didn't even have nothing to sell. AirTran didn't have
I had to sell them Disney tickets. Shut up. I was so embarrassed.
No, the worst part was my cousin was in town on that buddy pass.
Yeah, because I gave him that buddy
and
pass.
Couldn't leave.
He had to buy a ticket home.
Imagine going somewhere on standby pass and they get fired and you can't leave.
The ticket is null and void.
So,
oh gosh, and of course I don't have enough money to buy him no ticket. I don't know what's worse.
Weird.
Hopefully the camera's still recording.
It is.
No.
No.
What were you gonna say? Standby. Oh, standby. Missing your flight.
When I bought a ticket on AirTran and I got to the airport, and they told me the level of my ticket didn't qualify for the seat, and that was the most embarrassing thing because I was ready to go. You know how you go up to the thing, you're ready to get your seat. I went up to get my seat, and they told me,
"Oh, you ain't got no seat."
It was seats on the plane, but the level of my ticket didn't qualify me to get this thing. What level was my ticket?
Broke. Bro,
my ticket was $59. I remember. It was like
was giving those tickets away.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Have you ever missed a standby flight?
Oh yeah. Have you ever missed a standby flight? If you have, let us know how you recovered from that situation.
Imagine being chased by a bear. One night I was driving and
why do you keep having these relatable moments that's so real? Why did I know them all?
One night I was driving and I was going through the forest and I saw a bunch of animals and something was telling me to slow down. And I turned in my brights room and as soon as I you know how you drive and you're not paying attention, but then you're like really paying attention. It was a bear in front of me and it was like on the side of a mountain and the bear was standing. I was inside the car and I was nervous inside the car because the bear was moving so fast.
You should have been.
And it crossed the road and the time I would have took to open the door and sit down, the bear had crossed the road. Imagine that. You can't even climb a tree or nothing or swim. You can't do nothing to get away from a bear. So imagine spraining your ankle. You know how white people be in a movie every time. You know, like as soon as the music come on, they fall. And then they don't try to move. They stand there and they scream, "Help me."
And they wiggle away. They try to get away, you know, from the bottom.
Dragging their leg. It's just a sprained ankle. One of those things. Can you imagine being chased by a bear?
I can't imagine being chased by a bear because off top, he's way bigger than me.
And you can't run.
And we've already, it's not like it's a new age. We've already seen what bears are capable of on TV. Bears don't play and they got all that body. Anybody that hibernates and don't lose nothing, I
think the worst part about being chased by a bear at this age is
over the hump.
Yeah, and then you immediately know I'm not in shape. This is going bad. Like, so imagine if you knew you weren't in shape before you saw the bear. And then
You're gonna be in shape. It's gonna be
You
like
question
CrossFit.
all your health decisions up to that point.
It's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot to get out of that situation. You might have to reach up and grab a branch.
You gotta decide.
Like
I'm gonna
swinging,
just
like
fight
you gotta roll
because you
around
know
on the
you can't
ground.
run away.
Who you gonna fight? Who?
You gotta just fight. You know you can't if you know that.
You gonna fight the bear?
The person that walked down the stairs and at the end is like, now imagine them saying a bear. Their only choice is to fight because if they turn and run, they're gonna sprain something.
This question: when a bear, are you? What do they tell you to do? Like on them YouTube channels, do they tell you that you're supposed to not scream or make noise when you encounter a bear?
One of the black bear is the one where you can make noise.
I'm screaming. I'm screaming just how I was screaming on a Harry Potter ride. Just
the brown bear don't care about your noise. It eats you.
Now, how am I supposed to know if I'm if I look back and I'm getting chased by the bear? How am I supposed to know what color it is? I'm moving so fast. How am I supposed to know which move to make?
Well, hopefully you'll know where you are, and that's where that bear.
I think I'm gonna know where I am. Immediately, I'm forgetting everything. I don't know where I'm at. I don't know how I got here or how I got in this situation.
Okay, so you don't know what to do if you get chased by a bear.
I don't know what to do if I get chased by a bear. Let us know. What would you do if you got chased by a bear?
Okay.
What's next?
What? Losing a leg?
Yeah, like imagine at this age and stage we're in right now, and then all of a sudden, like I go to the doctor, and I find out they got to get rid of one of my legs.
We're not together in that situation. What are you talking about? No, that's not like a group. This is one of the things you're going through on your own.
This is unconditional.
No, hypothetically.
I didn't know hypothetical. No, I've lost a leg.
But we're not together.
Honey, I've lost a leg and I have to be taken care of because I'm not used to not having a leg.
What were you doing?
You know, some people were born without a leg, so it's different because they've been out here doing it. They out here using one leg, just like
so how did you lose the leg though?
How do people lose limbs? If it's not an accident, maybe I had one of them flesh-eating disorders, and it was just eating my leg out from the inside.
Where did you get that?
Through my travels internationally.
This is leading me to the conversation to ask, why were you in a place where you could have gotten that? Where
you never know where you're going to get a flesh-eating, a parasite. You never know. Have you seen that? Remember that show, I Shouldn't Be Alive? Or Monsters Inside Me from back in the day? Did you watch that?
I did watch that. With
Monsters Inside. You never know. Them people was getting all sorts of things inside of their bodies, all implanted into the brain, to the nervous system.
If I lost a leg, I don't know.
You know what the problem with you losing a leg really is? You so tall.
So it's a long leg that was lost.
You're just over here like a ballerina, basically. You might as well just tuck your other junk up, just the little flapping part. The little flapping part. This is wrong. No offense to the people who lost their legs. Mm-hmm. If it was an accident, let's just move forward.
Yeah.
Now, this does not apply to us because we have been in a relationship for a lot of years, more than 2 decades. Okay? We've been together. We've been going together for a long time. So this doesn't really apply to us, but can you imagine getting musty on your first date?
Yes.
Go on.
There's a few different times.
Did you ever get musty on a date with me?
Yeah. Matter of fact, we were, when I was in college and we went to the movies, I came to pick you up. You had a silver puffy jacket on.
It was cream. It was like metallic.
And you had metallic pants on.
I did have them. It was like gray black, and they were flare legs.
Yeah, metallic pants on.
Whew, so I think I probably had my hair half up, half down.
No, at that time. No, not then. You just had that little bob thing.
I did have a bob.
And no, you had braids on this one. And
with that.
Yep, because it was cream because your hair was out.
I love me a vest. I ain't had no vest in a long time. But go on.
So, we were in the movies, and the movie was on, and I was nervous, and I just could feel the the smudge rolling, like the sweat rolling down my arms.
You was nervous with me?
The sweat was just rolling down.
You was nervous about me then? I'm sorry.
That was one time. Another time when I was in college.
Why do you have multiples?
I got nervous. Another time when I was in college, they had this little like lounge thing you go to, and I didn't have any money, so
Lord have mercy.
I wanted to go and study with the girl. So we went to study, and I had a T-shirt on, kind of like I have on right now. And I remember, like,
who was this girl?
I remember scooting over next to the girl.
Send me her information.
Look, I remember scooting over next to the girl.
Send me her information.
And as I was scooting, it hit me. I was like, "Oh, you musty! Wow!"
I feel bad for her. You think she smelled it?
I know she smelled it. She told me later on. She said, "You were musty when we were in the
Oh my gosh!"
She said, "I chalked it up to you playing basketball and probably just running to the thing and then coming." So I was able to like get away with that.
You got a second date?
The third one.
With her?
No.
No, from that being musty.
No, after we went on a date, I wasn't really feeling her like that.
What was wrong with her?
She wasn't smart. We were in college, but she wasn't smart.
She was nothing like me.
This has nothing to do with you. What are you talking about?
Go on, because I don't have any memories of being musty. I can't imagine being musty on a first date.
You don't have any memories of being musty on a first date. But you should have memories of being musty on a date. You should. One time, me and you went to we were going out to eat, and at the time,
I was musty.
Yeah, we were going to my cousin's house, and I was supposed to get the keys from it. I remember getting out of the car, and when I got out, I closed the door, and I was like, "Man, she's musty tonight. This is crazy. Why is she musty in the car with me? Am I sure that this is something?"
Good thing that was obviously a long time ago.
And I questioned when I got out, like, is this what it's gonna look like when she's around?
You know musty? You know what? Let's move on.
Okay.
Because this has become something I didn't want it to become.
Okay.
You're supposed to be using your imagination, not having valid, factual evidence of these things happening.
Okay.
Next one. You know how you always on an airplane?
Yep.
And I feel like everybody's fart on the airplane smells the same, but you never know where it came from. Imagine if that fart on the plane, what if it was you and everybody on the plane knew it was you? You know, like you sitting there and you know, flight attendants, whoever, captain made their announcement, and all of a sudden it's quiet and you like, right? And then everybody looks at you.
You know what?
Okay, what?
When I first learned that I was lactose intolerant, I didn't know it. Remember, I was like 25. And one day I told you, like, man, I think I'm lactose intolerant. So I'm on a plane.
Hopefully we're still recording.
We are. We're still fine.
You're on a plane.
So when I realized I was lactose intolerant, it was because I was eating the subs and sandwiches and they had cheese on them. Anyway, I'm on a plane and...
Where was you going?
This is a while back. So that would put me in about probably New York. More than likely New York.
I want to go back to New York. No,
no one was right next to me. And I think that's the reason that it was unfortunate, because nobody was next to me, but it was somebody behind me and somebody in front of me. And so my stomach started bubbling and I knew it. And you know when your stomach bubbling, what's about to happen. And you can hear in your headphones, like you hear your body, nobody else hears your body. Right? So I just remember hearing, so I'm like, all right, cool. That's out. And as long as the smell not crazy, I got away with that. So I just keep on chilling and looking at the screen. And then I hear a little thing go, boom. So that...
Who was it? Who was it doing that?
The person behind me hit the little button. And so the flight attendant came back. And when she got almost to me, she did like this. I was like, oh, okay. They calling the flight attendant on me? Like, all right, man. So
okay.
I pull my little thing out on earbud, like, and the guy behind me is like, something smells so bad coming through the vents.
Okay. I hate that the farther we get down this list, the more you just got facts. I don't have this.
You don't have anything on the
I don't
plane?
have no. But if everybody was looking at me because they knew I farted,
You kind of know.
I'm just gonna turn over and take a nap because hopefully when I wake up, everybody's forgotten.
When it's the person next to you and then they kind of like act like they reading or something, you know that too. Like, like, all right, bro.
Just
We know it's you, man. Just like turn your bin on or something. That's all I got for that one.
This is the last one. Oh, if you fart on the plane, or if you can imagine farting on the plane and everybody knowing it's you, let us know what you might do. All right.
Okay.
You do the last one.
This was mine because
Can it be an imagination?
I mean, I'm trying, but
okay.
Imagine walking into a building.
Mm-mm. Go on.
And the door is too low, and you're talking to somebody. You're like, "Yeah, I'll get with you when I get back out," and then you turn around and just smack that thing like that. Like as soon as you turn it, like you just hit your head on the. And I'm tall, so this one for me.
The problem with hitting your head, any part of your head, from chin up around, the problem is that it is so incredibly jarring. I remember years ago I was doing CrossFit. At first I was doing it, a part of the team. After a while, I had to pull back on the membership because it got out of control. And I had to get the individual membership thing, where I went in and did it on my own. I'm in there one time doing the barbell, like lifting some barbells, some squats. But I lift that barbell and hit myself in the chin.
How'd you do that?
I lifted that thing up like boom.
Oh, you pulled it up like this?
Because I was going down. I was supposed to try to flip it to go down for my squat.
Oh.
I thought that was it for me. My head was just spinning. I was in there by myself too. I was embarrassed because I was thinking, what if the cameras are on? What if they catch me?
You. I don't think that's not bad.
I still got like a little. At least I think I got like a lopsided chin from that situation. That was way before the pandemic.
That's more shocking and like scary.
My brain was hurting. I could feel it. I knew it was that my eye sockets was sore. But it was all like on impact.
That's jarring. Like that's like, whoa.
But if you turn around fast and hit your head on something, that's jarring too.
That's what I did. I was talking to somebody and I was doing that thing where
you just said imagine. And okay.
But I did. So, bro, I was talking to somebody and I was getting in the car and I was going down. You know how you're like, just talking too much, doing too many things.
That's the main part.
I'm going down and when I turned, I went in too early. And my car got like a slope. So instead of like the bigger thing, the window is more sporty. So I turned right into it like this. And my lips went down across it. And then like hit the center of my face. Like, it hit me like right here across the nose. So, as soon as you get hit in the nose, the first thing you do is your eyes start watering. So, and then you start telling somebody, yeah, as soon as it happened. So I got in the mirror in the car and I was like, I'm pointing at like, yeah, that's.
I'm sorry.
You know what I'm talking about when you start saying, yeah, it hurt right there. That's the one. That's it.
I ain't been hit by no. I ain't not hit my head beyond that. But I think that was enough.
Yeah, that's a pretty messed up experience.
My teeth shattered too. Because it went up like. Them bars so heavy.
Have you ever went down to tie your shoe and hit your knee with your head?
No.
Yeah, me neither. That's
how we got. You hungry too?
Yeah, I think that's enough. I think we answered enough questions.
There ain't nobody ask us no questions.
Thanks for saying that in your question.
If you can hit your head, or if you can imagine hitting your head, let us know how you might recover.
One time I hit my head so hard. One time.
Why am I laughing?
One time I hit my head so hard. I looked up and I said,
get it out.
Oh, you can cuss. How did I know I had a concussion?
You did? You have one?
I said, You concussed after that one. You hit your head too hard. And I'm right here to save you. You almost died when you hit your head.
You slow.
I hit my head up so many times. One time
This is
we
what I
was
have to
clearing
deal
up.
with.
We was clearing up the bigger house. The big house sounds so much like a slave house, but we was cleaning up the big
Oh
house,
man.
and I was going downstairs, and you go to like the side kitchen. It was brick. So I remember somebody calling me, and I just remember turning around and just face planting on the bricks.
Who called you?
Ain't no telling in that house.
It's
That's
not even. We should have did this around Halloween season.
in that house.
No, no, no. We should have talked about this about that house. Halloween. We could have spooked the hell out of some people.
You can't spook a real scary house.
Who was calling you in a big old house like that?
So many things used to happen in that house.
You probably heard echoes too, like
No, I used to.
Marvin.
People will
Marvin.
call you by your name. You could hear in the middle of the night. It was a kitchen upstairs across from my bedroom, and the door part underneath was like this. So you knew if the light was out, it's dark under there. But in the middle of the night, it would be bright, and you could see. You could hear people on the walking around like their feet sliding with like slippers on, and you could smell breakfast cooking, and you could hear them. And as soon as I could look under my door because it was like this, and it was straight across the hall, and I could see the light. And the second that I opened my door up, it was pitch black. I could feel it. I'm getting chills right now telling you about it. I could always feel it, and we could smell the food. So I had this little cubby hole in my room that went to my grandparents' room, and I would crawl through the closet and go get in the bed with them. I don't know who them people over there cooking is. I don't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah, that's bizarre. I would not. I would have had to move out.
No, and then when you go outside and you stand in the front yard and you look up at the attic, it's like it's yesterday. I can see it. Stand in the front yard next to the big tree, weeping willow tree out there, and you just look up and you can see somebody looking at you through the attic windows. And then you go upstairs and there's nothing in there. The window is not moved over. And you go back outside and it's clearly somebody holding the curtain open, looking at you. And in the middle of the night, you could hear the walking in the other rooms. So you went somewhere you wasn't ready to go. Now look at you. You don't know what to do with that information. Now imagine going at the top of the stairs in that house and watching somebody come in with their trench coat on and their hat on, and then open the closet door and walk through there and never come out. And I didn't see him alone.
This sounds like something you would see on Netflix.
Me and multiple cousins sat at the top of the stairs, and we all heard the door open. We all saw the person walk past. We all saw him open the closet under the stairs, and the closet had a cedar closet in it for fur coats. We all watched the door open. We all watched that person disappear into the closet.
Nope.
Yep. Anyway, that's all. Bye.